Date published, Thursday the 7th of February 2019 1:55 Man Utd fans debate what's next for Solskjaer, while our Chelsea readers are losing patience with Eden, as our in-year says of the day. Join in the debate here. Pressure mounting on Klopp City ground out the win. Now top on goal difference. Is our game in hand? UTD, Gingerfc only 3 or 4 wins at Old Trafford since 2000. Last 2 wins at OT. Great performances: Torres 2009 and Suarez 2014. With your record at OT, current form and United having their confidence back, this could be a real banana skin and the game that hands the advantage back to City, as I can't see a Liverpool victory at OT. Everton tried, but the difference in quality told in the end. When you have 60 Mahrez not even used, while you can bring on Sterling 50 meters, De Bruyne 55 meters, Jesus 30 meters, this is unfortunately the difference with our team. When Leicester won the league, they had a decent first 11, and didn't lose too many to injury during the season. We have a very good first 11, but very poor replacements, despite some costly additions, obviously not on the scale of City. Pretty simple from now, match or do better than City each game. We can afford a draw. Man U away might take off this fatigue, or should I say pressure, off us. Red Warrior in away draw to UTD is never a bad result. The more open football they are now playing might actually suit us. Gingerlfc, if we even 1 point ahead after the UTD game, then it'd be great. We will beat Bournemouth and City will beat Chelsea. So we will need to go to O to get something. Once City go ahead with St. Gabe's played etc., then they won't be caught. Can't see us winning it out. Very rarely happens. Sean the Sailor, Leicester won the league with one of the lowest points totals in recent history. That was just an odd season this year. 3 teams could end up with more than 80 points. That is unheard of. I feel much more calm now, and I am hoping the players feel the same. Let's just give it our all. So, by any measure that you want to use, whether it be transfer fees, fantasy league points gained, or just the bleeding obvious, Everton's 2 best, most influential attacking players are Carlson and Sigurdsson. They play the place champions at home, and what do? Of course, we'll drop them to the bench. I fully expect them to do the same when they play us at the beginning of March. Oh, hang on, what are those airborne poor seen like animals doing flitting across the sky? Red herring. What next? For Ole. Looking at Ole's reign, if he doesn't get the manager's job on a full-time basis, surely he should be considered for director of football if he was interested. He understands the club, he now knows this squad and knows better than anyone where we're going and potentially how to get there. Boyham, interesting. I actually think he's better having a direct impact on the playing squad during match day. He embodies all of the past glories that we're trying to recapture. Maybe he'll be kept on as assistant manager to someone like Allegri. Happy hurling. You have to define the responsibilities of a DOF, then the qualifications needed for the job. Being guardian of the club's DNA is clear and all fits the bill. But the job is, I think, much more than that. Plus I cannot see a scenario where Ole does anything other than a decent job. It's unlikely there will be player unrest. It's unlikely Ole will not at least try to play entertaining football. He's not going to shoot his mouth off to the media. If we don't get past PSG, it's no disgrace. It's unlikely we'll go into free fall in the league, so even if we don't make top 4, we will be close. It's 50-50 against Chelsea, and again going out to them is no disgrace. I just can't see how we can say he's not good enough to be manager but can be virtually the boss of the next manager. McGuffin completely agree with Ed Mac here. You can shoehorn Ole into a job like that just because he didn't quite get the manager's position he wanted, and anyway it's a whole different skill set that is required to fulfill that role. We have to be clear-headed, ruthless and determined to get the best possible man for both roles, not treat one like it's some sort of a consolation prize and fuck it all up again for the next decade. Either way, Ole won't be short of offers if he carries on in anything like the same vein he is now. He certainly won't be going back to mold anytime soon. Blackie more interested in who'll be head of recruitment. Are there two appointments, one DOF and head of recruitment, or just a DOF? If it only is a DOF coming in, this person will be more important than a manager because it's long-term. Zico give the DOF job to Ed van der Sar. He has done wonders at Ajax and obviously knows the club well. Whoever gets it will do better than Woodward. I repeat, anyone other than the two clown princes Ed Woodward and Blackie winking face the martial art. I'm not sure a DOF would work at United. The problem is, Ed sees players in terms of assets that have a book value and appreciate or depreciate. They are just entries in his accounting spreadsheet and financial forecasts. If a DOF thought we should get Alderweireld, I'm sure Ed would do the same as he did with Jose. But if the DOF wanted a relatively cheap one for the future Dalit, he would no doubt say, great, that's the way. And he would still try to foist onto a DOF commercial value players like Sanchez. The advantage for Ed is he has a buffer against criticism when the transfers don't work. A fall guy. My guess is the quality Ed wants in a DOF is financial negotiation skills, the ability to do a deal with agents that shave a few million of the cost of a player. McGuffin, I think Ole is in a better position. And the other candidates, the media believer contenders, said I wouldn't mind letting him continue. But we need a decent DOF. Yes, Van der Sar knows the club inside out, but I would personally go for Andrea Berta or pay the big bucks for Paradisi at Juve. They are top drawer and Ole would benefit with one of them in charge of transfers instead of Ed. Well, the one obvious candidate who would attract the creme de la creme is now a MLS club owner. But Giuseppe Murata was an Inter man through and through, yet he transformed their rivals Juventus. If we box ourselves in the club legend bubble, then there will be less new innovations. Traditions do need a bit of fine-tuning from time to time, and our tradition has been place domination rather than both domestic and Euro domination. Maybe a person who knows all about succeeding in the continent could add more value than someone only familiar with domestic domination. OT fax machine. A Hazard for Chelsea. Have to admit that if an announcement is due today, then I find the timing very unusual. Let's assume, as most are, that he is leaving, then why state this during mind season? Any dip in form and people will immediately say he is focused only on the move, and potentially Sarri should be looking to play Hudson Odoi so he can gauge whether or he can be the direct replacement for Hazard. However, if Hazard is staying, then that makes more sense in terms of timing, gives a boost to the squad and the fans, and takes all pressure off transfer talks so he can focus on his football. Tricky one to call, but trying to remain optimistic. KTBFFHCFC1905. If he goes, nothing we can about it now. We lost so many great players, but success always followed and continues. Blaze, I can't see an announcement being made today. If he is leaving, why would you make it public at this point in the season? It makes no sense. And if he is staying, the timing of the announcement makes more sense, but why would you do it in the French media? Surely it would be an official statement from Chelsea, or in the least, Hazard would announce it either in the Belgian or British press. This all seems something out of nothing to me. Blue Line. Chelsea will not allow Eden Hazard to leave on the cheap this summer and will demand over £100 million from Real Madrid. The Belgian is out of contract in 2020 and will have 12 months remaining on his existing deal this summer. Hazard revealed this week that he had made a decision on his future but refused to confirm whether he will sign a new deal at Stamford Bridge or pursue his dream move to the Bernabeu. Reports on Tuesday suggested Hazard had made his mind up on a move to Madrid, and the Evening Standard claimed Chelsea will demand a record-breaking fee for the Belgian. 999. There is more into this story than meets the eye. First, why would he say that he has made a decision and then withhold it? Is it a coincidence that I was reading today from somewhere that Chelsea had set their asking price? I would love to be optimistic about this, but I can't. This issue should have been resolved quicker. But judging by the tone of Sarri, Hazard has decided to leave. The other day I was reading from somewhere that Sarri said Hazard is free to leave if he wants. If true, inaccurate in translation. Then you add Hazard making a decision and keeping it close to his chest, and the club setting their asking price. I joined the dots and saw Hazard standing in the exit door, smiling face with smiling eyes. No matter who leaves or we sign, we will always have the appeal to attract good players. Believe me, Hazard has decided to join Real Madrid and doesn't want to upset the fan base now that it's too early. If we get anything north of £100 million, then we should consider it a good deal. Plus Kovacic will be fine. I saw the Pulisic goal, and whilst he is still a raw talent, he is similar in technique, and with those quality players around him, he will reach that level. Also, I liked what I saw from Barkley on Saturday. If Higuain keeps scoring and is fit, we will have a good chance in maintaining our CL place. Excuse me for my rants there. I didn't mind to upset anyone, but I'm very annoyed with this Hazard saga. Smiling face with smiling eyes, smiling face with smiling eyes, smiling face with smiling eyes. Man, Chelsea have to get at least 100 meters from Hazard's sale. But looking at how Real do their business, especially lately, it seems to me to be very unlikely. They bought Courtois from us for 35 meters, he had 1 year left too. And we bought KEPA for 70 meters. See the difference?